Hello everyone. Last time we have explained about the morphology or the structure of lysosomes and its importance in the cell. Now we'll explain the types of lysosomes. Lysosomes are polymorphic. Polymorphic means they are getting changed time to time. The size or the structure or the chemical composition size or the structure of the lysosome and the chemical composition of the lysosome is variable, continuously changing, and thus is called as polymorphic. So lysosomes are polymorphic. The lysosomes are polymorphic and will change its shape, size, or chemical composition and thus are called as polymorphic. They shows irregularities. The lysosomes shows irregularities in a size and the internal structure, that is chemical composition. Because of polymorphic nature, because of polymorphic nature, lysosomes are extremely dynamic, right? The lysosomes, since the lysosomes are polymorphic, they shows irregularities in the size and the internal structure or the chemical composition, and because of polymorphic nature, lysosomes are extremely dynamic. Lysosomes are extremely dynamic and this can be hydrolyzed after isolation of the lysosomes. The lysosomes are extremely dynamic and this can be hydrolyzed after isolation of the lysosomes. When lysosomes are within the cells, means I will repeat the same things again. The lysosomes are polymorphic. They shows irregularities in its size and the internal structure or chemical composition because of polymorphic nature. When lysosomes are uh, removed from or isolated from the cells, when the lysosomes are removed or isolated from the cells, they get destroyed or hydrolyzed. So the lysosomes are polymorphic. Lysosomes are extremely dynamic or they can change their composition or their components. Lysosomes can change their structure or their composition and hence are called as dynamic. Lysosomes are extremely dynamic and this can be hydrolyzed. Lysosomes can be hydrolyzed. Lysosomes can be hydrolyzed after their isolation from the cell. So when the lysosomes are within the cell, they are surrounded by multivesicular bodies. When the lysosomes are present in the cell, they are surrounded by multivesicular bodies, smooth and coated vesicles, and dense bodies. And these bodies show fusion and fission events. And these bodies shows fusion and fission events with the lysosome. There are four type of lysosomes are distinguished. There are four type of lysosomes are distinguished, of which only the first type, is the primary lysosome, and the other three may be grouped or divided as secondary lysosomes. So, on the basis of various features, features of the lysosomes, on the basis of various features or the characteristics of the lysosome, they are divided into four types. The first type of the lysosome, out of four, the first type of lysosomes are distinguished or called as the primary lysosome, and the remaining three types are called as secondary lysosomes. So there are four types of the lysosomes. Now we'll explain the four types of the lysosomes, four type of lysosomes which are found in the cells are divided into four types. The first one is primary lysosome. So first type of the lysosome is called as a primary lysosome. They are also called as storage granules. They are also called as storage granules. The primary lysosome or the storage granules are a small body, and its enzymatic content is hydrolyzed by the ribosomes and accumulated in the endoplasmic reticulum. From these enzymes, the enzymes penetrate the Golgi region, in which the first acid phosphatase reaction takes place. The primary lysosome may be charged preferentially with one type of enzyme or the other. So in short, we can say the primary lysosomes are also called as storage granules, and the primary lysosomes is a small vesicle or the small body, and it contains and its enzyme contents is hydrolyzed by the ribosomes and accumulated in the endoplasmic reticulum. So already we have explained the process of formation of lysosome in the cell, that the primary lysosomes are formed by the Golgi bodies, but the components of the primary lysosome are derived from the ribosomes of the endoplasmic reticulum. So the primary lysosomes are formed or derived from the Golgi bodies, but the enzymatic contents or the enzymes such as either acid hydrolases or the hydrolytic enzymes or the enzymatic contents of the primary lysosome are derived from the ribosomes of the endoplasmic reticulum, and these are then stored into the cavities of the rough ER or then smooth ER, and then again runs into or carried into the Golgi bodies, from where the vesicles or the primary lysosomes are budded up containing these hydrolytic enzymes and now called as primary lysosomes, right? So from these enzymes, so whatever the enzymes which are synthesized in the ER or the ribosomes of the ER, then penetrate into the Golgi region, in which the first acid phosphatase reaction takes place, and the primary lysosome may be charged. The primary lysosomes may be charged preferentially with one type of enzyme or the other type of enzyme. So the primary lysosome can have single hydrolytic enzyme, may have a group of hydrolytic enzymes, right? So the primary lysosomes are the actual lysosomes containing hydrolytic enzymes or the digestive enzymes which are derived from ER and the Golgi bodies, right? So one thing that should be uh, kept in mind, that primary lysosomes are the true lysosomes are formed in the cell by the ribosomes, ER and the Golgi bodies, and enclosing one or different type of digestive enzymes, hydrolytic enzymes into the primary lysosome, right? Then second, digestive vacuoles. Digestive vacuoles, or these are also called as heterophagosomes, or these are also called as secondary lysosomes. Digestive vacuoles, they are also called as heterophagosomes, as already we have explained in the explanation, while the formation of lysosomes or the process of digestion taking place in the lysosome or heterosomes, right? So the digestive vacuoles are called as heterophagosomes, and they are formed by phagocytosis or pinocytosis. So heterophagosomes or the secondary lysosomes called as digestive vacuoles, which are formed by the process of either phagocytosis or the pinocytosis of the foreign material into the cell, and these are also called as secondary lysosome, which contains the engulf material or ingested materials within the membrane and shows positive acid phosphatase reaction and this may be due to the fusion of primary lysosome and the phagosome or the pinosome, right? They contain enzymes, the digestive vacuoles or the secondary lysosome or heterophagosome containing enzymes and the materials to be digested or which have been ingested from the pinosome or the phagosome, right? The digestive vacuoles or the secondary lysosomes called as digestive vacuoles, or these are also called as heterophagosomes. They are formed by the process of phagocytosis and pinocytosis, means the phagosome or the pinosome get fused with a primary lysosome to form a heterophagosome or the digestive vacuole or a secondary lysosome, right? So now the secondary lysosome or heterophagosome contains the materials which are engulfed or ingested into the primary lysosome from the either phagosome or the pinosome. So materials which are enclosed into the pinosome or the phagosome that are fused with the primary lysosome to form the digestive vacuole or heterophagosome, and it is a type of secondary lysosome. So this may be due to these are secondary lysosome. Digestive vacuoles or heterophagosomes are thus secondary lysosomes which contain the engulfed material within a membrane and shows a positive acid phosphatase reaction or actual digestion of the contents of the phagosome or the pinosome in the digestive vacuole. This may be due to the fusion with a primary lysosome. As explained earlier. They contain enzymes, digestive vacuoles contain enzymes and the material to be digested, which have been ingested from pinosome or the phagosome due to the fusion of the phagosome or pinosome with primary lysosome containing the lysosomal enzymes or the digestive enzymes, right? So the digestive vacuoles are the primary lysosomes which are fused with the pinosome or the phagosome containing various materials of the pinosome or the phagosome, which are then digested in the digestive vacuole under the influence or the presence of enzymes which are present in the digestive vacuole or previously the primary lysosome. They contain enzymes and the material to be digested or already digested materials called as digestive vacuole. Then third type of lysosome called as residual bodies. So after digestion, so secondary lysosome which have been formed, secondary lysosomes or heterophagosomes which are formed by the fusion of primary lysosome and the pinosome or the phagosome, and this will lead to the digestion of the materials of the secondary lysosome or the digestive vacuoles. So after the digestion, the end products after the digestion in a digestive vacuole or in the heterophagosome or in the secondary lysosome, the end products pass through the lysosomal membrane and are incorporated into the cell. So after the digestion, process of digestion taking place in the heterophagosome or the digestive vacuole, the end products or the digested materials are pass out. Digested materials will pass out through the lysosomal membrane and are incorporated into the cell, and only the undigested material is left, and only the undigested material is left, only the undigested material is left, or if the digestion is incomplete, the secondary lysosomes formed are called as residual bodies. So, if the process of digestion in the digestive vacuole is complete, the end products are completely discharged or pass out through the lysosomal membrane and incorporated into the cell. But if the process of digestion is incomplete, that will be transformed into the residual body, as it contains some non-repairable, non-digestible substances or the harmful substances remaining into the lysosome, and these lysosomes containing in uh, undigested materials or non-repairable materials, non-digestible components or the harmful substances will form the residual body. So after digestion, the end products pass through the lysosomal membrane and are incorporated into the cell. But if the process of digestion is incomplete, the undigested material, if the process of digestion in the digestive vacuole is incomplete, undigested material left into the digestive vacuole and which are then transformed into the residual bodies. If the digestion is incomplete, the secondary lysosomes formed are called as residual bodies. In some cells such as amoeba and other protozoa, these residual bodies are eliminated. In some cells like amoeba and other protozoa, these residual bodies are eliminated from their body wall or the membrane, but in other cells, they remain for long time and may load the cell. The residual bodies in some cells like amoeba and other protozoa are eliminated. Residual bodies are secondary lysosomes called as residual bodies are eliminated out from the certain cells like amoeba and other protozoa. But some cells, they residual bodies remain in the cell for a long time and may load the cell. Then last, fourth type of lysosomes called as autophagic vacuoles. The fourth type of lysosomes are called as autophagic vacuoles. These are also the type of secondary lysosomes, or are also called as cytolysosomes or autophagosomes. These are special type of lysosomes which contain a part of cell in the process of digestion. For example, a portion of mitochondria or a portion of endoplasmic reticulum is occurring or is present in the lysosome or in the secondary lysosome called as autophagic vacuoles. So, the first or the primary lysosome, the first type of lysosome are called as primary lysosome, and remaining three type of lysosomes are called as secondary lysosomes, and the type of secondary lysosomes are digestive vacuole, residual bodies, and fourth, autophagic vacuoles. So the autophagic vacuoles are the secondary lysosomes, and these are also called as cytolysosomes, or these are also called as autophagosomes. These are special type of lysosomes. These are special type of lysosomes which contain a part of cell, which contains the part of cells in the process of digestion, and for example, a portion of mitochondria or the portion of endoplasmic reticulum enclosed or occurring in the autophagic vacuoles. Lysosomes regularly engulf bits of cytosol. The lysosomes regularly engulf or ingest the bits or the piece of the cytoplasm or the bits of the cytosol which is degraded by a mechanism of called as microautophagy. During the starvation, the liver cells shows numerous autophagic vacuole. During starvation, the liver cells shows numerous autophagic vacuoles, and this is a mechanism by which the cell can achieve the degradation of its own contents or constituents which have undergone non-repairable damage. So this is a mechanism by which the cells can achieve the degradation of its own constituents which have undergone non-repairable damage. So during starvation, the liver cells shows numerous autophagic vacuoles containing the digestive components or the enzymes which have received either from the endoplasmic reticulum or from the mitochondria, and thus this leads to the process of digestion is called as microautophagy. Then next point is lysosomal enzymes. Lysosomal enzymes. So lysosomes contain, as explained earlier, now we are known that the lysosome acquires or receives variety of enzymes or a different type of enzymes, can be called as digestive enzymes or hydrolytic enzymes or hydrolases, may be called as acid hydrolases, and which are derived from the ribosomes of endoplasmic reticulum, which are then terminated or stored into the cavities of ER cisternae or then cisternae of Golgi bodies, and from where these are budded up or pinched up in the form of vesicles containing one type of enzyme or a different type of enzymes. So lysosomes, since the lysosomes already we have explained, the lysosomes are polymorphic. Lysosomes are polymorphic or dynamic, continuously or regularly changing their size and their internal structure or their contents, and thus there are a variety of enzymes may present in the different type of lysosomes. So now we'll explain the lysosomal enzymes. So lysosomes contain variety of enzymes. There are about 40 enzymes. There are about 40 enzymes that have been isolated from the lysosomes. Most of the enzymes function better. Most of the enzymes function better under the acidic condition at the optimum pH of 5, at optimum pH, acidic pH 5, and they are collectively called as acid hydrolases. So the lysosomes contain variety of enzymes or large number of enzymes, and there are about 40 enzymes have been isolated from the lysosomes, and most of the enzymes of the lysosome functions better in a acidic condition at about optimum pH 5, and they are collectively called as acid hydrolases. So whatever the enzymes which are having better function in the acidic medium are called as acid hydrolases. Some of the enzymes found in the lysosomes, some of the enzymes found in the lysosomes are shown in the table as follows. Now we'll explain some acid hydrolases or some acid hydrolase enzymes of the lysosome. Now in the table you can see the column showing the enzyme, natural substrate and the source of the lysosomes. The first one, that is nucleases, acid ribonuclease, acid deoxyribonuclease. So these are the three type of enzymes. The first category of enzyme, that is nucleases, acid ribonucleases, and acid deoxyribonucleases, which act upon RNA and the DNA. Nucleases, the category of enzyme called as nucleases, and there are two type of nucleases such as acid ribonuclease and acid deoxyribonuclease. And these two type of nucleases enzyme act upon the substrate, natural substrate, as a RNA and DNA. And the source of this enzyme is many tissues of animals and plant cells. Then second category of hydrolases, that is phosphatases. This includes phosphatases, second category of the enzyme. Acid hydrolases of the lysosome includes phosphatases such as oligonucleotides, acid phosphodiesterases, oligonucleotides, and acid phosphodiesterase. These are the three type of enzymes: phosphatases, oligonucleotides, and acid phosphodiesterase, which act upon most of the phosphate monoesters and the phosphodiesters. These are the substrates: phosphates, monoesters, and phosphodiesters, on which the phosphatases, oligonucleotidases, and acid phosphodiesterase enzymes act, and the source of which are also the many tissues of animals and the plants. Then third category of acid hydrolases of the lysosomes, that are proteases, cathepsin, collagenase, peptidases. So these are the four category of the enzymes, occurring in the enzymes such as the proteases, cathepsin, collagenases, and the peptidases, and which act upon the substrate such as the proteins, collagen, and the peptides. And the source of lysosomes is from the animals, then bone, animals, and the plants. So proteases are found in the lysosomes of the animals. Cathepsins are found in the which act upon the collagen and found in the bone. And the collagenase and the peptidases, these are the enzymes acting upon the collagen and the peptidase, and the source of these enzymes is found in the lysosomes of the animals and the plants, that is animals, bones, and the animals and the plants. So these are the sources of the lysosomes containing the enzymes proteases, cathepsin, collagenase, and the peptidase, which act upon the substrates such as proteins, collagen, and the peptides. Then fourth category of the enzyme, that is lipases, esterases, and phospholipases, which act upon the substrate such as fatty acids, esters, and the phospholipids, and the source of the lysosome are found in the animals and plants. So fourth category of the acid hydrolase enzymes of the lysosomes are lipases, esterases, and phospholipases, which act upon the substrate such as fatty acids, esters, and the phospholipids, and the source of the lysosome are found among the animals and the plants. Then fifth category of the enzymes, uh, found in the acid hydrolases of the lysosome, that is glycosidase, the fifth category of the enzyme called as glycosidase. And there are three type of glycosidases: beta galactosidase, alpha glucosidase, and beta glucuronidase, right? So these are the four type of enzymes. Four type of enzymes under fifth category of lysosomal enzyme, such as glycosidases, which will act upon galactosides, then beta galactosidase, then alpha glucosidase, and beta glucuronidase. These act upon the substrates such as galactosides, glycogen, again glycogen, and the mucopolysaccharides or the polysaccharides. And the source of lysosomes for these enzymes are the liver. So liver cells or the hepatic cells shows the lysosomes with these enzymes such as glycosidase, beta galactosidase, alpha glucosidase, and beta glucuronidase, acting upon the substrates such as galactosides, glycogen, mucopolysaccharides, and the polysaccharides. And these enzymes occur or found in the lysosomes found in the liver cells. Then lysozyme enzyme category, lysozyme, which act upon the bacterial cell wall and kidney mucopolysaccharides. The lysozymes, different type of enzymes under the category of lysozyme, which act upon the substrates such as bacterial cell wall and kidney mucopolysaccharides, and the source of these lysozyme is the egg white and the saliva. Then hyaluronidase and arysulfatase, another category of the enzyme, that is hyaluronidase and aryl sulfatase, hyaluronidase and aryl sulfatase. These are the two category of the enzymes which act upon hyaluronic acids, chondroitin sulfates, and organic sulfates. And the source of this enzyme is the liver and the plants. So hyaluronidase is the enzyme acting upon hyaluronic acids, chondroitin sulfates, and the source is liver. And another enzyme aryl sulfatase acting upon organic sulfates, and the source of these enzymes from the lysosomes found in the liver and the plants. So this is what about the account of lysosomal enzymes which are found in the lysosomes of the different type. So four different type of lysosomes, that is a primary lysosome or storage lysosome, then secondary lysosome, that is a digestive vacuole or the residual bodies, or the autophagic vacuoles. These are the four categories or the types of the lysosomes and contains about 40 different type of digestive enzymes. And this is about the lysosomal enzymes which will act upon different type of substrates in the respective type of lysosomes, may be primary or secondary type of lysosomes. When getting different type of substrates, digest them into the lysosomes in presence of different type of enzymes out of 40 different lysosomal enzymes. So this is about the lysosomal enzymes. So the lysosomes degrade or digest every biological macromolecule. And thus or hence the lysosome can degrade every biological macromolecule. A single lysosome need not contain all the enzymes. A single lysosome need not contain all the enzymes. Many of the enzymes exist in multiple molecular forms. A single lysosome need not contain all the enzymes. Many of the enzymes exist or occur in a multiple molecular form and thus having the ability to digest most of the biological macromolecules or the cellular contents uh, and thus is called as and thus the lysosomes are called as either digestive bags or the suicidal bags because of presence of 40 different type of hydrolytic enzymes in them. So this is what about uh, the information regarding lysosomal enzymes. So with this we'll stop here and next time we'll explain the functions of lysosomes. Thank you.